Hello there. What's going on, everybody? Today I'm just going to be giving you a brief rundown of last night's in-flight report, or at least the parts that we got of the in-flight report before it totally shut down. Yeah, there were some problems, but we got a lot of X-Wing, Legion, and Armada stuff before we had problems. They talked about a few other things, and at least at the time that I'm recording this video, the rest of the in-flight report is being recorded and uploaded to YouTube. So presumably by the time you watch this, there'll be maybe a version put up by FFG, which I will then have to digest and react to. But for right now, I want to kind of give you a brief rundown of everything that got announced for X-Wing, Legion, and Armada. Also want to thank Luxury Playstyle for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check out luxuryplaystyle.com for some amazing tokens. I use them for X-Wing. I also use a lot of these for Legion as well. Double-sided full metal tokens. They're amazing. You're going to save 15% if you use code Crabbok VIP. All right, let's go ahead and break down some of the X-Wing stuff. We learned a couple of things. We learned that while Wave 7 is coming soon, the 3 ships that we saw are only part of Wave 7. So the other part is going to be announced. We got the Continental WT, or working title, is not actually a Continental expansion. It's actually what turns out that we were right, that was a placeholder, that it's actually this one here, the Heralds of Hope, which is going to be the 3-ship Aces pack for Resistance. But of course, we also got the TIE RB coming with that. Let me find it. There it is, the TIE RB. Also coming, a medium-based ship with front and back shooting, so kind of similar to the A-Wing. Then, of course, we got actual previews of Wave 8, which is, and these are a little out of order. I was taking these screenshots on the fly. A lot of content to digest and everything right now. So, but we see well, let me go back a little bit. Yeah, the ETA 2 Actus is going to actually be really cool because it comes with that hyperspace docking ring. And apparently that's going to be a playable thing. You can use the docking ring. And they even said that it will have the ability to work with other ships. The docking ring will maybe be able to work with, with the Aether Sprite. So that's pretty cool. And of course, we're going to be bringing you more information on all this as the live panels happen. Throughout this whole weekend, we'll be breaking all this stuff down in a lot more detail. This is just an overview. We got Django's Slave 1. Of course, we got a little bit of images of it here. It looks pretty much like a fire spray. It doesn't, from what we can see, it doesn't look all that different, but it does look like we have some new conditions. We got some new titles and things like that, and some illicits and some new stuff. The TIE RB already. We've got the Droid Tri-Fighter, and of course, the V-Wing. And the V-Wing apparently is, from a design standpoint, meant to be, have a lot in common with TIE Fighters. And it's going to have some TIE Fighter only upgrades that it can actually take. So presumably other TIE Fighters will then also be able to take them as well. And so which means this could be a boost to Imperial players, but also maybe Scum who are using the Mining Guild TIE. I wonder if that will actually be eligible. I'm curious if the Rebels TIE Fighter will be eligible as well for a lot of these upgrades. So that's a very interesting thing to see. Legion. Onto Legion, we did get Anakin and Maul previewed. Anakin, they jumped straight into episode 3 Anakin. I thought for sure they were going to do the Clone Wars version of Anakin, with the red and gray, but they went into leathery brown Anakin, which is interesting. Very interesting, especially since Obi-Wan was Clone Wars Obi-Wan, and then you had a special sculpt. That was episode 3 Obi-Wan, and I'm like, well, maybe they'll do the reverse. Maybe there'll be a convention exclusive Anakin that is like Clone Wars Anakin. I don't know. We didn't get a whole lot of information. We can't see his card. We don't know much about him. They did say he's going to become stronger with the Force and gain new Force powers the longer he fights. And you'd be kind of walking the line between making him too powerful and then something bad happening. There's also another hidden card behind him that is turned over and has kind of a brown background. Curious what that card means, but it does look like we're getting new Force powers, at least one disposable Force power, or at least disposable some type of power with the X on it, a one-time use type of card is in there along with his command cards. And we're going to have different poses available for Anakin, and I believe they said 2 different heads as well, so presumably with or without Scar. I like the poses here. Right, I'm digging that. I got the lightsaber behind and the lightsaber in the front sideways. I kind of dig the lightsaber front sideways a little bit more. Might have to go with that option. It looks really good. And then, of course, we got specialists too. I'm going to jump past the specialists and get to them all. As I talked about these in my live stream, we did a breakdown at the end of the live stream, but I just want to run through everything. So we're getting Maul with the Sith probe droids. We can't see the whole unit here. We can't see the unit here. Again, Maul's going to have, looks like the same new Force type of cards, which are going to be interesting. And it really kind of makes me wonder, well, how are Rebels and Empire going to get these? There's more coming, but this is probably all they had ready to talk about right now. But it looks like we're getting Maul. It looks like we're getting maybe 2 different versions of Probe Droid unit cards up there. It looks like maybe an operative or detachment or special forces or something like that. If you look at Darth Maul's command cards, also you're going to notice he's got 2 1-pips and a 2-pip, which is really cool. I like that they're doing different stuff with the design space. That is very, very clever. I like that. And of course, we're getting 3 different poses with Darth Maul. It may look like only 2, but to the trained eye, you'll notice that while the one is like this, and you've got the staff kind of up and down, the other one, he's got the staff in front and the hand behind. Well, if you go to this one, he's got the hand in front and the staff behind. That's my favorite one right there with the staff behind. But it makes me wonder if I think you'll be able to equip both staff hands, right, and have a staff behind and a staff in the front, which sounds pretty fun to me. I think that'll be really exciting. All right, so we also are getting personnel, and this was a big surprise. We are getting personnel upgrades, and this is awesome because we are now, or look, they were a big deal when they came out for the rebellion and the Enterprise, the Empire. I'm recording this kind of late at night, and so it's been a really exciting day. So I've had a lot going on. So I apologize if I'm a little wild right now, right? But basically, what's great about this is that this is going to give us a cheap commander option as well as much needed basic support options for these factions. So the Republic's, we're going to give 2 different sculpts. I think they said for the commander, you're going to have him like with that helmet and then with his little Order 66, activate Order 66. Like I love that. I love that pose. But then you're going to have another option with him without the helmet on. But you're going to, and from the sounds of it, you're going to have basically the same types of guys that you had with your existing specialist packs. You're going to have like a medic, a repair, a comm guy, and a leader. And the leader can double as a standalone commander, which is a cheap commander option. Both factions seem to be getting this, which is going to be awesome. Especially for the medic. I think clones with medics are going to be really, really strong. I look forward to that. And here's a different version of that. They look good, man. They look really good. I mean, it looks like you got different helmets that are coming in here too. Helmeted options, unhelmeted options, phase 1, phase 2 maybe. Awesome. It'll be really exciting. And then for the droids, and this was a lot of people thought maybe we weren't going to get a cheap commander. T-Series is going to be our cheap commander option. Now, we don't have an exact point cost on him. It could be that a cheap commander for Separatists is still like 80 points, 90 or 100 points. I don't think so. I don't know if it'll be that high, but that could be an option. We might end up with a expensive / cheap commander here, but we'll have to see. But they did kind of specify that these are going to also follow suit. You will still have a medical healer, which is probably going to be there to heal your operatives and commanders, as opposed to necessarily healing your core or special forces, right? Whereas you have your repair guy, which then could presumably repair droids. So, and then your comm one as well. So these look really cool, and I like the little buzzy fly guy on the stand. So Legion is getting some really cool stuff. I think there will be more announced for Legion here in the not-too-distant future. Was kind of hoping for even more stuff, but I was very happy to finally see these show up. And Armada gets the Clone Wars. Oh, and it's so good. There's more. There's so much more. They actually had a video that played, and I'll be doing a more in-depth Clone Wars breakdown, but we're getting 2 faction starters. We've got an Acclamator and 2 Consular class cruisers in the Republic starter, and this is a full-blown starter. This is a single faction entry to the game. Somebody can buy this. It's $99, so the price point did not come down like I was hoping it would have. The price point stayed high. But from a certain point of view, it's a lower price point, because if you're only a single faction player, you're still getting the 3 ships you would have got in the first original Armada core set. You're still getting 3 ships and squadrons. But all 3 ships are for the same faction, so it's actually kind of better. Now, granted, you actually had more plastic in the original one because you had X-Wings and TIE Fighters. You had more squadrons in the other one. But this also does come with dice and things that you need to play the game, right? Another thing that's important to know about all of these is that while it comes with everything you need to play the game, all the cards have been resized in the Clone Wars. Ship cards are now the same size as squadron cards, like regular baseball card size cards. we also know from some of the earlier previews that the upgrade cards are now regular card size. So it seems like every single card now for Armada will be the exact same size, which is probably a pretty good thing as far as staying organized. Although I'll admit I'm not looking forward to having to pull everything out of sleeves and then put them all into new sleeves. It's going to drive me crazy. This is going to be so much work. So that'll be fun. Yeah, and then the squadron packs. We got to look at the squadron packs. Pretty much what you'd expect here. I like the box design there. It looks pretty cool. And it's a stand-up box instead of like one of the little blister packs. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, you're going to get Y-Wings for your bombers. You're going to get Aether Sprites, Delta 7s, and you're going to get Arc 170s for your tougher guys, and you get your V9, some more V19 Torrents. The Separatists are getting hard cells as the 2, and then the Munificent as the 1, which is just beautiful. Oh, it's medium sized too. I love it. The hard cells, I absolutely love this pack. It's so pretty. They're just gorgeous looking. And again, full starter, single entry starter. I mean, I look at this and I'm thinking, boy, that's four. I got to buy 2 of each, right? That's $400. Oh my gosh, that's gonna kill me. $400 just to get started here, plus the squadron packs, plus whatever. Whoo, boy, that's gonna be expensive. I think I may end up doing just 1 squadron pack of each one. I may end up doing that. I don't know if that's a great idea or not, but that would get you. I mean, honestly, that would get you a decent amount of squadrons. You're gonna have 4 in the starter, and then I'll have probably 4 more. So I can run a respectable squadron presence with that. But again, also all of the you got your dice, you get your movement tool, you got all this stuff you're gonna need. And then you got your squadrons here, which is gonna be the Tri Fighters, the Vulture Bombers, Vulture Droids, and then the Belbalubs, like a Grievous's ship, and in your squadron pack there. The dial pack was something that was also talked about. It's basically just a dial pack. There's 2 big maybe 3 big takeaways from this. First off, the box art is the same as the classic Armada box art. This is basically confirmation that there's not a 2.0, like with X-Wing when they changed the way, the whole design and everything. It's like basically this is like reassurance. They're sticking with regular Armada. That's great. The other thing is, another takeaway from this is that future ship expansions outside of the starters, future ship expansions are probably not coming with this stuff. They're probably not coming with speed dials and plastic command dials and all of that stuff. This is more or less meant to be a fleet expansion. So for somebody who's just starting the game that buys their core set and then they want to go buy, a Venator that's coming out, like they didn't talk about the Venators at all, but like something that's coming out next year, then this is a way for them to get dials for all their extra ships that they want to buy in addition to the starters. So what it seems like is in the future ships will not come with all the plastic dials and all that extra stuff, which is fine for veteran players who've got a ton of it. Unless you're somebody who wants to buy 1,000 ships and plans for that 20,000 point game where you actually field 100% of everything you own, which just seems completely unfathomable to me. There's a third takeaway here, and it's those pass tokens you see up at the top of this image. The pass token comes with the Super Star Destroyer currently, and that's just the thing you can use to pass, kind of like Strategic Advisor. You only need 1, right? And there's not many people running 2 Super Star Destroyers in 1 build. And in that case, maybe you just need 2. You can see 5 tokens in there. 5 of those pass tokens. What in the world could you possibly do with 5 pass tokens? Well, that's probably an indication as to one of the new things that's coming with Armada Clone Wars. Maybe a Jedi will have the ability to pass or something like that. Maybe every ship. Maybe that's one of the new rules. Maybe every ship can pass. Maybe that's a thing. Oh, who knows? I don't know. Do you know? Does he know? Who knows? But that would be an interesting thing. We'll have to wait and see. So that's definitely going down in my list of questions to ask. What's up with pass tokens now? And lastly, the upgrade card collection. The upgrade card collection is going to be a box that has resized versions of every card. Every card. Every card you've ever seen will be in here. Presumably without the new cards, right? You're not going to have the brand new stuff. This is probably going to include errated cards. Anything that need, like all of the things that have ever been errated, like I'm assuming Radis will be like the new version as opposed to the old version, right? Things like that. Any things that actually have to get changed will presumably get changed. If there was any point adjustments, they would probably make their way into here. Although from the looks of it, like Akbar still looks like he is about the same points cost, although Akbar was worth it. So, I mean, that's okay. But the thing is, these are resized versions of cards. It's every card. So if you just want to get streamlined, veteran players, maybe you want to pick this up. I will definitely pick it up and go through it. But new players are going to have an easy way to get every single card they ever missed all in one place, which is pretty cool. And that's kind of a quick rundown of everything that we got before they crashed. They also kind of talked a little bit about Keyforge. That's when they started crashing. There's a new Keyforge set coming, and there's also some new Arkham things coming, but not really a whole lot more than that. And yeah, but that's basically it. More stuff will be coming later today, the next day, all weekend long, and that $100 Amazon gift card giveaway is still a chance to win that. So you just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment. And that's about it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more great information. I want to thank you, my subscribers. I also want to thank my patrons on Patreon. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I could not do this without you. So thank you so much, and as always, have a great day.